All right, welcome back. This is our chapter 2. There's a light on it. Chapter 2 recap. So we learned a few things in chapter 2. This first point we know is the beginning of chapter 2 starts out with Curly dying. She's attacked by a pack of wild huskies, and Buck is really affected by this and learns quickly that if you come off your feet, you're pretty much dead meat. And unfortunately, Spitz, who appears to be the leader of the group, kind of laughs at Curly's demise and the fact that she's dead, and that makes Buck develop kind of a hatred for him. We meet Billy and Joe, which are siblings. Billy's kind and seems to be outgoing and helpful, and teaches Buck how to dig a hole to sleep in the snow to help keep warm. Joe seems to be pretty aggressive, but isn't aggressive in an unnecessary way. We also meet Solex, who is missing one of his eyes, and Buck learns that really quickly by when he accidentally approaches Solex on his blind side, and Solex turns around and nips him right in the shoulder. So Buck learns to not make that mistake again. And then finally, let me get this light away. Here we go. Buck begins adapting thanks to his primeval instincts. So he starts to become aware that he's got these instincts buried deep inside of him that he never needed when he was living under man's law, as he likes to say, where he was domestic. He lived with Judge Miller and had his food found for him, had shelter provided to him. So now that he's out in this snowy nature where it's really survival of the fittest, he learns that man's law is no longer what's going to keep him alive. He needs to steal food if he's still hungry, eat fast so that the other dogs don't eat his food. He has to really tap into and listen to these primordial instincts that he's had in him, deep in him, laid in him from his ancestors decades and millennia ago. So by the end of chapter 2, he starts to come into himself as this sled dog in these brutal conditions, with learning all of these new ways in the wild, and how to survive with these other dogs who seem to have much more experience in this type of situation. So I'm curious to see how things are going to go in chapter 3, which I'm going to get ready to read right now. But that was your chapter 2 recap. Seems like overall Buck is adapting and learning quickly, which seems to be important when you're thrown into nature this way. All right, I'll be back soon and ready to read chapter 3. See you guys later.